And so, yeah, I had moments in Paris where I was just like, yo, I've done some really dope shit and I've done a good job of building my brand so far, even though I still feel like I have a lot more to go. But I'm definitely starting to slow down a little bit and try to enjoy the experiences. I did enjoy the dinner with Christian and Cardi because to see her explain to him how she came up with the bloody shoe and to watch him explain to her his reaction when he heard the bloody shoe was hilarious. And to see Offset sitting there afraid to eat this bougie ass food because, we from the hood. We don't eat that shit. It was just funny, but it was a moment where I could share it with my friends. I can see Cardi's new baby. I can watch her be a little girl again with this fashion icon that she's looked up to for so many years. And to feel that moment and to be able to live in it was worth all the work. And so, yeah, did I ever think I'd be sitting at dinner with Christian Louboutin? No. But at the same time, I'm honored to sit here and be interviewed by somebody that actually gave a shit to like research the work that I've done.
What's the best thing about being friends with Cardi B?
That she will call me and talk shit to me when I need to be talked shit to, and that I can call her and talk shit to her when she needs to be talked to. I think she is I watch her career and I'm so proud of her and everything that she does. And I look at how involved she is and like being meticulous on she make could have a go to Paris and just kill Fashion Week and have the drive to just come back and be the best and still want to embrace other women in hip hop and still want to help lift new girls up. It's just amazing to watch. So I'm thankful for the friendship, but I'm also grateful for the fact that as much as people think that it's a business relationship, it's absolutely less business than it is just normal friends. Like I don't talk to her as Cardi B. I talk to her as just Cardi. You know what I mean?
Right. Does anything shock you these days? I mean, with everything going on in celebrity, I mean, there's so much. Like, do you ever just hear a story and you're like, this shocks me. Like, I can't believe these people did this.
Well, ironically, Diplo, who I also have a relationship with, he had a relationship that wasn't about Hollywood Unlocked. But then, of course, he started following me and following Hollywood Unlocked, whatever. And we had to write a story about this woman who said that he had sexually assaulted her. And he was really upset, but he wasn't being mean to me, but he was being very not Diplo-ish, very straightforward, how disappointed he was. He was really upset. He was explaining to me how she was extorting him. And as I explained to him, like, yo, you have my number, you have my access to my platform, come on and explain your side. And so he started sending me all this. He actually was being extorted. She was lying and she had created the story. Me Too is just it's a movement without guardrails where so many people have been sucked into it. You don't know what's real and not real. And anybody can say anything. And so Wendy started showing me this paperwork and stuff, we started to change our narrative and be more supportive towards his narrative because now he was the victim, clearly. And so then she just came out and said, okay, my bad, I lied. And so yesterday he texted me this post that he had put on his Instagram where he shared his story about how he was taken advantage of, stalked, and extorted and this and that. And I know it's been a very, very painful experience for him. So to be able to hear it from him personally and understand how much pain it caused, and then be able to help him translate it in stories and share his story, and then be able to shift my own mentality on how I see these stories when they come across my desk, and then understand the impact that my stories can have if I just put information out because it's out there. It was one of those moments where I was able to be like, okay, let me digest this and how is this going to impact how we do our storytelling moving forward. So
Huh. Do you find the opposite, like not these people you're friends with, but do you find the opposite that people are now like kissing your ass all the time because, this is a business. We both know how it works. Like, they want good coverage or they want some angle or, not knowing that you're still going to report on it regardless, you're going to do the right thing.
I am very aware. I said this not too long ago. I said, I don't want any more celebrity relationships other than Rihanna. That is the last one. I do not want any more celebrity relationships. And because it does get very difficult when you do have to run that story. Now you have to sit on the phone and over explain why you have a job that they knew about. You know what I mean? If you invite me out and some crazy shit goes down, don't call me and say don't do my job. Like that's just not gonna work. So yeah, we've had some difficult conversations, but now that Rihanna and I are friends, I ain't trying to be friends with nobody else. You know, maybe Beyonce call. Okay, I'll make one more exception, but you know, I don't know if I'm her cup of tea or not. Either way, yeah, I'm very aware when people are trying to be friends with Jason or Hollywood Unlocked. I know it. You know, if you're talking to me about your projects, me and Tiffany Haddish, we don't sit around and talk about our projects. We do sometimes, but it's not, she's not coming to my house and saying, hey, she's not coming to my barbecue and, hey, let me tell you about what me and Jimmy Fallon talked about. Like, that's just not, it's just not our conversation. It's really about how do we uplift our community? How do we influence foster kids? How do we create a space for creativity? How do we find more people of color to put on? Like, that's the conversation that we're having. But when they start that other shit, dropping records or, oh, you can't believe what happened, I'm out. I check out because when I'm not Jason Lee for Hollywood Unlocked, I'm literally just hanging out, chilling. I don't want to know everything that's going on. I don't care. But I'm very aware when celebrities are trying to be my buddy by telling me all the other celebrities' business, you know?
And I totally get like not wanting to be friends with more celebrities. That makes total sense. Cause like you have enough and it complicates the job. Like no matter what, you're still going to do the job, but there's only so much you can take.
Period.
What about, you did have this epic birthday party. Talk to me about Lil Kim. We love Lil Kim.
I mean, it's Lil Kim, you know what I mean? It's icon. She's the blueprint for the rap that we see today with these girls. And when I knew I was turning 44 and I was going to have this big party and I knew that I was going to have a performance, she was the only person I thought of. So I called her and she said, yeah, she happened to be in town and she came and she killed it. It was amazing.
And you gave her a set list and you're like, sing some of these songs, and she like just did the whole set list that you picked for her? Or?
Did the whole set list and some. Like she was going to do like 4 songs and she did the whole thing. Like it was like a whole show.
Wow. What about, you talk about you threw everything against the wall and you saw what worked. What about like the whole thing, with like Karen Civil, like when I mean, if Instagram goes down for 5 minutes, I'm having a heart attack. Like when your whole site goes down in 2018, this whole thing with Karen Civil, in a way, I mean, was there anything positive about that for you in the sense of like, this is possibly the worst thing that could happen, and look, we've pivoted and everyone got paid and we survived? Like, is there any positive that you take out of that when you come out the other side?
The only positive is I survived it. Everything they've tried to do. I said on the Breakfast Club, if you say you date younger and you're gay, they try to conflate that with being a pedophile. They try to conflate that with being a pedophile. If you say you date somebody light skinned, you're a colorist. No matter what I've said, they've always tried to twist and turn and ruin my brand. They took the Instagram page down. They cut off a lot of revenue to the company, and we continue to survive. So I think ultimately the fact that we continue to move forward and grow was amazing.
Absolutely. What are your, like, what's next for you? Like, I mean, I know you have a lot of these plans. Like, do you have any like immediate, like, what's the next thing you kind of want to tackle and accomplish?
Well, I have some shows I'm working on and producing and developing right now. My new book, How I Stopped Giving a Fuck and Started Winning, is almost done, and my courses, and just continuing to grow.
What about everything? Because I know that you have been on the Wendy show. Like you said, she's someone you looked up to. What about everything that like Wendy's going through now?
Listen, I haven't talked to Wendy. I sent my best to her manager, but I'm always available to help in whatever capacity. And one day, hopefully, I have my own show.
And what about when you read things like, because your name has been thrown, I mean, Wendy is still in the chair, but like, is that your reaction? Like, everyone slow down, like the woman has a job, or because your name comes up?
Breakfast Club is when it's my, everything is due to me when it's my turn. I can wait. I don't want to push Wendy out of her chair. I'm not that eager. I'm going to keep doing the work. I'm going to keep staying in people's faces. I'm going to keep being epic. And then one day they will give me my turn.
That makes sense. When you talk about like, it's all about like giving back to the community and like being positive role models. I saw that one clip where like Rihanna was on the carpet and she stopped, I think, and talked to one of your reporters. And the woman was like, oh my God, thank you for stopping. And Rihanna's like, I would always stop for you. Like, that's how if I want to talk to my people, like the Black media, the Black community, of course I stop for Hollywood Unlocked. Like, that's gotta be so rewarding, right? Like, do you have do you hear from like tons of young boys and girls and just like, you're a role model?